Hello, I'm Arthur,
I'm Coco.
and we are the Taipei Explorer. Welcome to today's podcast. In this episode, we are going to talk about the military-dependent villages in Taiwan, and let's get started. Military-dependent villages, or MDVs, or called Zhencun, are a unique feature of Taiwan's landscape. They were established in the 1950s as housing for the families of soldiers stationed in Taiwan. The government wanted to provide a safe and stable environment for the military families after they came to Taiwan following the loss of the Chinese Civil War. So they built self-contained communities with all the amenities that military families would need.
Today, there are over 200 military dependent villages in Taiwan, and they are home to around 1.2 million people. Military dependent villages are located throughout the country, from the cities to the countryside, and they are an important part of Taiwan's social and cultural fabric.
One of the most interesting things about MDVs is their architecture. Many of the villages were designed to look like typical American suburbs, with rows of identical houses and white picket fences. This was done to make the families feel more at home, as many of them were from the United States. Not just the families who came after the Civil War, but also a lot of Americans came to support Taiwan at the Korean War.
However, as the years have passed, the villages have evolved, and many now have a distinctly Taiwanese character. Some villages have incorporated traditional Taiwanese architecture and design elements, while others have embraced more modern styles. Military dependent villages also have a unique social structure. They are often close knit communities where families know and support each other. The villages have their own schools, community centers, and other facilities, which helps to foster a sense of community.
For many years, MDVs were closed communities, with only military families allowed to live there. However, in the 1990s, the government began to open up the villages to civilians. Today, many of the villages have a mix of military and civilian residents, which has helped them to integrate into a Taiwanese society. The military has always been an important part of life in MDVs. The villages are often located near military bases, and many of the residents have family members who are serving or have served in the military. The villages also have a number of memorials and monuments to honor those who have served.
One of the most interesting things about military dependent villages is their role in Taiwan's history. The villages were established during a time of great tension between Taiwan and mainland China, and the military families who lived there were on the front lines of the conflict. Over the years, the villages have played an important role in Taiwan's transition from a military dictatorship to a democracy. Many of the residents were active in the pro-democracy movement, and the villages were centers of opposition to the government.
Today, MDVs are an important part of Taiwan's culture heritage. They represent a unique blend of American and Taiwanese culture, and they serve as a reminder of Taiwanese complex history. And also, not just the American culture, also I mentioned earlier about the people who came from mainland China due to the loss of the Civil War. My dad has a friend who grew up in an MDV. He said that it was really fun growing up there, and everyone there was really nice and very friendly to each other, since they came from the same background and they formed a sense of community and they built together.
The things I also want to share is that there's there's I have been to Si village with my parents once, and like many people were picnic there, and like it's sunny days, so like the weather is really great, and so many people went there and like have fun with families and friends, and also it's nearby Taipei 101 station, so like it's quite like convenient to go there. And also on the weekend, uh, like there are a lot of like small market and like some shop, like you can shop there or buy some small things. Like I think it's a good place to go.
Yeah, I also been there too. Like the place that has like a very big hill, like
Yeah.
a grass and like a playing field for people to go picnic there. So yeah, I went there too, and when the weather is good, people usually like sit down and have food there. Also, they have a very good restaurant like nearby, and also like the small market. Yeah. Oh yeah, you mentioned that you went to Sister Village before. Do you like it?
Yeah, I like it very much, and like I recommend everyone, all of you, go to that place because I think it's a great place to spend your weekend there, and it's a great opportunity to have fun with families and friends.
Yeah, like, and you said it's close to 101, right?
Yep.
Yeah, just when you finish shopping, buying stuff, you can, feel healthy and go picnic and sit there and maybe like eat some food and have fun with your family. Because it is a very good place and we all recommend Sisters Village to everyone. Yeah. And that's all for today's podcast. I hope you guys have enjoyed learning about military dependent villages in Taiwan. Join us next time for another fascinating topic. We are the Taipei Explorer and we will see you next time. 还有1分钟啊，我 amenities